The August 30th supermoon is bringing us sobering integrations after quite the alchemical summer that we've had. I am Tammy Antoinette. I am an ancient sidereal astrologer. I practice astrology as it was in ancient Sumer, ancient Akkad, ancient Babylon, ancient Greece, ancient Mesopotamia. So if you'd like to know more about the type of astrology that I practice that is based on the actual constellations that we see in the sky, you can see my video titled, "What is Ancient Sidereal Astrology and Why Do I Practice It?" So we have a cooling, reality-inducing culmination of energy reflecting from this August 30th full moon. And it's this cool sobering of the fires of the alchemical moon cycle that did begin 2 weeks ago when the first lunar crescent appeared in the Leo constellation after the sun-moon conjunction was in the critical 29th degree of Cancer, moving from water to fire. So we've had two new moons triggering this alchemical effect this summer. So it's been pretty turbulent. And you can recall my past videos, my August new moon video and my July new moon video to see about these alchemical transformations we've been having. And the full moon, August 30th, is in the body of the constellation of revolutionary Aquarius, conjunct the fixed star Deneb, which is highlighting a priestly spiritual energy glowing all over humanity. And Saturn is with the moon and conjunct the fixed star Fomalhaut, which is another star of the priest. And it is one of the four pillars of protection of the archangels in the sky who stand guard for us at the four corners. So, and Aquarius, it's in this space of Aquarius where he's pouring the holy waters of knowledge and healing over humanity. So it is a super moon that's lit up by the reflection of the opposing sun is in Leo. Of course, that's what makes the moon full, and reflecting from the constellation of Leo, which is an energy of creative leadership, and it's with the fixed star Zosma, which is the star of astrology and occult knowledge. So modern Western society would call this a blue moon since it is the second full moon within a calendar month, which brings a double culmination of energy of events into the month of August. And the ancients actually would place more importance on how long the actual lunar cycle lasts. And the one that we are in now will be a perfect 30 days lunar cycle that began with the first appearance of the first lunar crescent and ends at the dark moon, the last day of the dark moon on September 15th. And since it is a perfect 30-day cycle, we can expect to wrap up with a more fulfilling sense of completion and closure. But right now, it's like at a culmination, at a peak of the events. Like we just climbed a big mountain and now we're at the top. So the gravitational pull of the moon is at a near maximum at 98% during this supermoon. So that's what makes it the supermoon. So it can really trigger and make more sensitive our bodies, our minds, emotions. So we can be more triggered and more sensitive than usual after these alchemical events that have been happening collectively over the summer. So pay attention. It's a good time to pay attention to all that's triggered for you during this time leading up to the full moon, and especially for what's being watch for what's really being illuminated at the full moon on August 30th, because that's what's coming up to be either released, reflected upon, healed, integrated, celebrated. It's a perfect time to have gratitude for whatever is culminating in the light for you and for all of us. Whatever you can find gratitude for is going to help you benefit the most from this full moon. So this is experienced collectively in the areas of community, systems, governing systems, structures, our freedoms and our friendships and our responsibilities related to these areas of life. It's a powerful window of closure and for practicing patience with the closure process. So it's a time to be the leader and to take responsibility for standing up for our own sovereignty, freedom, and boundaries with these placements. And with these, we've got a lot of planets in retrograde. If you've been listening to me talk in my previous videos about what's been happening in the sky and how it's affecting us. So we've got a lot of planets in retrograde, and we've got some stationary, standing still to go retrograde. And actually, they're harmoniously communicating with this sun and moon opposition. So we are fully supported in recapitulating and reflecting on where we've been and where we're going. So it's not a time of forward momentum and initiating anything new right now, but it is the perfect timing to be still, to be strong, to be present with ourselves, to tune into our temple, to our body, and to listen to our processes and allow our processes so that we can fully integrate these events of alchemy that we've been experiencing over the summer. And the energy of sudden evolutionary change, gratitude, and faith are really strong right now as Uranus and Jupiter are both stationed. Those are the planets who are standing still in Aries, and right now they're in harmonious aspect to the sun and to invisible Mercury retrograde. So these influences are strongly staged at a standstill. So with Mercury invisible and retrograde, it's a time to focus inward to the hidden parts of our minds and reflect on our patterns, be aware of any patterns that may be holding us back, and for any repatterning of the mind that we can do. And it's a good time to do our research, and especially areas of hidden knowledge, to research the truth. And from this inner focus, secrets will be revealed, and we will be rewarded with brilliant inspiration from all of our research, all of our truth seeking, whenever Mercury is birthed visible and in direct motion in mid-September. So you'll have a reward and beautiful insights, but I will come back on and report about that time too, give you more detail on that. So after the September new moon, it will be a wonderful time for new beginnings. So we want to wait till then to start anything new in our lives that we want to have sustenance and longevity. So stay tuned for those incoming transmissions, and you can subscribe. I invite you to subscribe to my blog by clicking the bell below this video so you can be alerted whenever those come through. And you can also subscribe to my blog at thestarqueen.com/blog. And you can get these insights directly into your inbox before I even make these videos. And I will leave the link under in the description below the video. With Mars, so Mars is still invisible in Virgo. Mars went into Virgo August 18th and will stay there through October 3rd. So we are experiencing some underhanded, deceptive, and passive-aggressive attacks on our health and on our sciences. So be aware of that. And we can also recall whenever Mars did go down into the underworld initially in Leo in early August in the northern latitudes. I'm down here in Texas, so it's going invisible in Virgo. It was still visible in Leo here, but and there were some underhanded and deceptive attacks on on those who are in positions of leadership in Leo. So I reported about that in my last video, which I will put at the end of this video if you'd like to look back on there. It is an exceptionally long Mars invisibility cycle, and I invite you to learn more about that. So the attempts of more government control over the people is highlighted at this full moon. It is a full moon in Aquarius. Aquarius represents the people. Saturn represents the government. So it's really highlighting that with Saturn and the moon in that placement. But with Jupiter and Uranus in strong and harmonious aspect, our faith and our freedom are fully supported whenever we stand strong in our truth. And we remember that sovereignty is our divine birthright above any lower karmic law, and remembering and embodying our faith, our gratitude, our freedom, our individuality, our leadership for ourselves, for our families, for our community, and our sovereignty are fully supported at this time. So sovereignty and individuality is our protective boundary, and it's our personal responsibility. So it's a good time to remember that and to really honor that within ourselves. And we will be rewarded. Saturn always rewards those who are in integrity with themselves, with their inner truth. So be sure you stand strong in that. And the key is in remembering the truth and of our own, it's in remembering the truth of our own divinity so that we can eloquently wield our sword of truth and discernment. And I do have a full moon prayer invitation if you would like to join me. May divine love overcome fear of individuality so that each individual awakens to their spiritual sovereignty and beauty and uses it to serve the truth for the greater good of all. May divine will flow freely through every being according to the infinite source of creation, love, and intelligence in the consciousness of love and healing. May all beings be happy and free according to divine perfection and grace, so be it. And a full moon meditation and embodiment affirmation that I recommend is, I am a unique, authentic, radiant child of the infinite source of love, creation, and intelligence. I am living my true values with commitment and divine support. I honor who I am, and the universe honors me. So I will leave these prayers and affirmations under this video in the description below. And of course, you can always subscribe to my blog, as well as subscribe to my channel. And this is the last opportunity for the Prosperity Portal Consultation that I am offering. In case you missed it, I'm only offering this during Venus retrograde, and Venus won't go retrograde again for 18 more months. So this is the last week to take advantage of that. And there are only a couple of spaces left. And so I invite you to learn more or book your introductory consultation below this video by clicking the link. And Venus retrograde is coming to a close September 3rd. And in honor of these final days of Venus retrograde, while many are revising their prosperity through this portal of potentiality, I am offering the option for a sliding scale investment for that introductory astrology consultation, or until these spaces fill up. So if you've already had a consultation with me, I invite you to pass this opportunity on to anyone who you know who may benefit. So I'd love to know what you're experiencing during these alchemical times, and I'm here to answer any questions. So leave me a comment or send me a message. I'd love to hear from you. So be joyful and stay blessed.